We want to be joined right now by D.C. Bureau Chief with MarketWach, Rob Schroeder. He's been on this story today. Rob, thanks so much for being with us. So this was a really high-profile merger. It's been somewhat scuttled now by this announcement. What are Spirit and JetBlue saying?
Yeah, Andrew, that's right. So it was indeed high profile today. You saw the Attorney General and two of his top lieutenants coming out, making this a very big and public announcement. Of course, the airlines have pushed right back, saying that they're going to go ahead with this and disagreeing rather strongly with the DOJ's charges that this would hurt competition when they say, in fact, it'll help competition and result in lower prices for consumers.
Okay, so, Rob, you know that this was going to be between JetBlue, I believe, and Frontier. That fell apart. Then this was all agreed upon. To me, this seems like just one of a number of different actions by the DOJ, by the Biden White House, of scuttling some of these major mergers in the world of business. And there have been several, haven't there?
That's right, Andrew. And as you know, about a month ago in his State of the Union address, President Biden did talk about antitrust. For example, cracking down on big tech, some of the things that they offer on platforms. The Penguin Random House merger with Simon & Schuster was blocked by a judge. So this is something that the administration has made quite a large priority. And I think that you heard the sort of philosophy of the Biden White House come out today in the words of Merrick Garland, saying that working and middle class Americans who travel for personal reasons rather than business consumer or business travelers would be hurt by this proposed merger. Once again, the airlines say that that is false. The JetBlue CEO, for example, said that this is not Pepsi buying Coke. So in other words, this is not a huge combination, that it's two airlines who would combine to, in fact, challenge the larger carriers, the four biggest carriers.
Yeah, Rob, that's right. American, Delta, United, and Southwest, they control about 80% of the nation's air traffic. This merger would create the fifth largest airline in the United States, Spirit, JetBlue there. So this is going to be mired in the courts for some time, you would presume, right?
That's right. It will be mired in the courts for probably months. These things are never dealt with or disposed of very quickly. And as I mentioned, of course, the airlines are going to fight this with all their power. They do want to go ahead with this. The deal does have a rather large breakup fee, as many proposed mergers do. So that is a deterrent. No one wants to pay that. So yes, we'll be watching and waiting on this here in D.C. As this goes forward.
And just lastly, Rob, what about from the consumer perspective? Are there any consumer groups who maybe came out today who are for this, who don't think it would stifle competition, who think it would be good for the American consumer?
Well, along the same lines, the Flight Attendants Association came out and said that they were very much in favor of this. So that was one feather in the cap, if you like, of the airlines. Of course, the DOJ will look at all different kinds of comments on this and take many things into consideration, but it probably will not be an easily resolved case. So buckle up, I would say, for a kind of a long flight.
All right, Rob Schroeder with MarketWach. We appreciate your time. We'll talk again. Thanks so much.
Thank you.